Mic test 2 1 2. Oh, damn, it's a little hot. Mic test. There we go. We'll be starting here shortly, y'all. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. Hope y'all had a great work week. This is No Noise. I am Z Rex. We're live today, a little bit late, kind of an off time. Sorry about that. One of these days, I will get my scheduling proper. I will. But summer's just a little bit hectic for me. But it's all good. We're here. Let's talk about some price action because I got to get back out in the shop and do some stuff, showing some cars and doing some other things. But I got a little bit of free time, so let's carve out this 20, 30 minutes or so and get it in. All right. Starting with Mama Bear. Actually, let's start with total market cap because I haven't looked at this in a while. In a while. Let's see here. Oh, nice support here. Just over 1 trillion. Just over 1T. 1.07 to be exact. Nice little stack there. Would like to actually see this try to make a new high over this because let's see this real quick because that's a little bit different with the total market cap. Has a little bit of divergence against spot price here. We're on like a lower high here. Kind of hovering here. Maybe another couple weeks we'll get this 21 to cross back up and have chronological order. That would look pretty sexy. Something I'm gonna need to keep a little bit more of an eye on, I believe. So we're gonna add that to the mix, even though it's freaking on the damn top of my chart. I just haven't kind of looked at it in a long time. Yes, but would love to see this tick over 125 again to really signal some strength. And we probably see that at the same time Bitcoin broke, this 31 handle as well, or if it can break it. Let's go to the weekly. God, this weekly looks so good, though. I wish this was a little bit better of a candle here. It's kind of just even. I mean, technically, it is a little bit higher. I mean, you got 33 or 30,330, and you got this one at 30,616. So it's technically is a little bit higher, just ever so slightly. That 31,000 handle is still a real struggle. That's been the theme for a long time, actually, for most of this year. But we do have this awesome chronological setup. I love this setup on the EMAs when you got the longer term, which is this dotted one, and then the short term. The shortest one is a 21, the yellow, and then the 55 is the orange. And they're just all stacked right here, really giving us mega support at the 27,000 area. And that's what we've been kind of eyeballing is that 28,000, 27,000 region. And now, man, wow, the 21 EMA is already up at 27.7. So, I mean, hell, another couple more weeks and just going sideways. And this 21 EMA is going to be pressing right up underneath price. So the resolution looks to be coming very soon here. Let's see here. Right on the 55, just barely hanging on. Nothing really too sexy. Why do I have two lines on my... What is going on here? There's not supposed to be two yellow lines. What is that line? Yeah, we don't need that. Get that off of there. Get that out of here. I already had enough damn shit on my chart. I don't need an extra line. All right, I digress. Okay, so like we talked about on the last stream, the biggest concern was like this candle here just engulfing on the attempted breakout. That was like a warning that the bulls didn't really have it going. You never want to see those kind of tweezer top engulfing buyer rejections right here. And now we're just back in the range. But until we really get back below, 28,000 comfortably, This is still fine and just being kind of consolidation. We do have the monthlies coming up pretty damn soon. What do we got? 3 days. So that'll be what, like on Monday? Yeah, or Tuesday. So that'll be Tuesday next week. And so it is above the 21, and that'll be the second open and close above the 21 monthly, which resides also, wow, that's also at 28,000. So the 28,000 handle is super, super important. And as long as we're hovering above that, it's okay. So we don't want to overthink it too much. That's when you get in trouble, when you overthink shit. Humans are good at that. Right on this little trend line. Let's see. We got an hour, almost 2 hours left. See if this kind of can close right on it. Probably will. Nice setup, looking sexy. I mean, all bullish momentum. I mean, we got all the oscillators. I mean, this still looks really good on the futures. Um, we are actually about to have a cross on the 21 and 55, still well below the 200 at about $21. And there's a little bit of a gap right here in the 24 handle. So I would look for that to get filled on probably, let's zoom ratchet down here a little bit. Man, look, we got that same nasty rejection candle on spot or here as we did on spot. Open and close above 21.50-ish. I'd probably look for this gap to get filled in around 24.20. Of course, it has to be around 24.20. Where else would it be? Let's look real quick at the 15-day. Yeah, I didn't get no follow through and just kind of lollygagging right here. So nothing really to add from that. We do have the 15-day from Ethereum flipping back green, and we do have one closing here in a day and a half. That'll be the same for Bitty Bits. So I mean that looks pretty good. Let's ratchet down though to the weekly. Still fine. We're getting all this in chronological order. Not as sexy as Bitcoin's, but man, until this really loses about upper 17s, 1800. Can't really get too crazy. It doesn't have the same engulfing candle. It does have a little bit of a rejection one, but this isn't near as nasty as Bitcoin's did look. So I think, I mean, it's like the same shit again. I mean, I feel like we've been at this damn level for way too goddamn long. Like, I feel like I've said above, 26 to 28,000 or above, 1750 to 1800 for a couple of months now. Yay. Definitely most of the summer. But we're just kind of grinding, doing a slow, slow grind. Hey, and that's okay. This is building the chart. It's better than just straight up because straight up is generally not sustainable for too long. So this is building the base at least. And we do kind of have like an ascending type triangle formation here. If y'all can kind of see like a little sloppy one, something like that. So still looks fine to me until that 18 or that 17. What is this horizontal right here? 1750 area really has got to get threatened, and price has to start getting comfy back below there. Then I would start to get concerned. Same with Bitcoin below 28,000. If we started getting comfy below there, that would look pretty nasty. Whoops, don't need that line. All right, Litecoin. Wow, look at this. All the EMAs spaghettied out real tight right here. Very, very neutral in the oscillators, but we are in the blue box with a higher high here. So that actually is pretty damn sexy. I do like that. Let's go to the weekly. Looks pretty good. We can get rid of this trend line here. We don't need that anymore. Looking pretty damn good here. The only thing I wish we were above the 200, which is at about $100. Man, we already been talking about that ad nauseum here for way too long. $100, man, is the line. We got above it a few days, open and closed, looked real good, but went right back down into the blue box of confusion. And here we are sitting kind of towards the bottom of it. Now, best case scenario, this is a higher high with a liquidation break to retest these lows to confirm that this is actually a bull move. And if we get back over 100 again out of this box shortly, I'd say by mid second, third week of August, this actually would look very, very bullish. Conversely, if we did break back down into the mid 80s, it would start to look pretty shitty. All right, ETC, right on top of this trend line. The trend line. Hey, we actually got a little green candle here I'm trying to do something. We haven't seen a green candle all the way since what is this? Wow, last summer. So, hey, that's something different. With that said, in these little lows and this little false breakdown, as long as we're above the 17 handle, this actually doesn't look super terrible. Very neutral on the oscillators. Let's go to the monthly. Look at this, the monthly trend line. Pretty much its inception trend line, you could call it. And it's found support off of that since said inception. And also, we have a nice little hammer candle on the monthly here, also supporting the 17 handle. So above 17 bucks, this actually, you could make a pretty good case for this as being sexy time. Man, look at this volume on this candle right here. What is this? May 2021, 157% candle. Wowza. We're like right smack in the middle of it. So you could say this range, long macro term on this candle is pretty much 14 to 35. If you wanted to be a little bit more loose with it, because that candle and that volume is no joke. That is no joke, man. That dwarfs all the other ones. Anyway, above shorter term, like weeklies and below, 17 handle and up looks pretty damn good. We get back above this 20-40 area, we could easily test up here to like 24 bucks. And you get over 24, we get into this next range, and the top of that is about 42. Of course it's 42. What other number would it be? All right. Let's see. Ripple Me Nips is up in this next box up here. It actually did it, stretched the whole box almost on this one attempt on that SEC news crap, whatever. But man, looks very good above 65 pennies. I do not have a problem with that. Let's go to the monthly. Oh man, monthly is even about to close higher than over here. Man, yeah, if we could close kind of like above 70 on the monthly, this would actually look pretty damn good. We already got this 15. Shit, boys and girls, Ripple Me Nips is looking pretty damn sexy. I would only be concerned if we started getting back below. Man, we could use let's use 69 because, 69. Of course, we have to use that number. 69 pennies and up looks pretty good. If we started camping a little bit and getting too comfy in that mid upper 60s range, kind of below these little bodies here, that could easily get us to mid 50s. But right now, on this weekly, I do like above 69. I do say that this is pretty damn sexy. Maybe we can get another test close to $1. Kind of crazy that shit went almost to $1 off of that hype. XLM is looking still very good. These candles, nice structure. Little blue box of consolidation ended up busting out of that. We got this nice pump here, 32%, getting follow through. Now we're in the extra big blue box over here, the more important long-term one. This was more of a basing blue box. This one here is the long-term blue box that goes all the way back to 2018 or so. And we are right up underneath the 200 MA. Now, is this very aggressively sloped? Yeah, it definitely is. You can see these trend lines here. This one's actually the most aggressive sloped one. So let's see if bulls can just keep it up above about 14. We got to do 1420, of course. So above 1420, which is about the bottom of this box. If as long as it's above that, it looks pretty good. And if we could get a daily getting back above 16.4-ish, that would actually look real nice. This is almost kind of like, I don't know if this has a name, but it's kind of like a flag, but it's like an upward pennant type thing. So you've got flags, right? You got pennants, stuff like that. And so this is kind of like this little upward squeezing one. And generally these do get higher prices. So we'll see if we can break over this 20-cent level. It does look pretty damn good. Only concerned if we lose 14.20. TRX, look at this, boys and girls. This looks super sexy. Just grinding up. This thing is getting nice. We're stretching up to our target box up here. We almost got it on that little SEC news the other week or whatever the hell it was. Actually, no, this wasn't even that. This was just a random little pump on Saturday, little Saturday pumpage. Almost got to it. We're looking for that 10 to 14 cent range. I mean, this is just grinding up. This is a perfectly just steady, slow grind on the way up chart. I ain't got no problems with this at all. Um, what would change my mind? Because you always need that to change the narrative, what it would be. And it would be about 7.5 pennies. We started getting comfy below 7.5. Oh my gosh. Or if we started kind of just petering out here and rounding off right underneath this target, that also would look shitty. But everything looks real nice on the oscillators. Very strong above upper sevens. Dot is kind of doing a weird little flaggy poo here. I'm not really exactly sure. Still underneath the stupid 21. Kind of a sloppy H pattern, but not really. Not, man, this is a funky ass chart. Off the bodies, just real basic horizontals are probably the best on this because this is all spaghetti slop Italian crap. We're talking about above $5. It's above $5. It looks okay. ADA, nice pampage. Looks pretty good-ish above, kind of the same chart as Dot. A little confusing spaghetti slop. Above 29, it looks okay. Really need to get back up over here above this 36 area. Linky. Link is kind of kicking some ass right here. We've got a fairly aggressive trend line right about there. We're in the top range of the box. Let's go to the weekly real quick. That'll be a little bit cleaner. Yeah, major resistance. Y'all already been knowing. We talked about this for about 8,000 videos, about that mid eights. Really needs to clear that $9 would make me feel a lot more excited about this running. And that's about that 940 mega horizontal right there. You can see it's been hard rejected. 1, 2, 3. Didn't quite get there on this attempt. Are we doing attempt number, I guess, 4 or 5? Possibly. We get above that 942 area because, we just might as well make it 42. We will probably easily see, I would say, 12 to probably $14 testing the underside of this. But this looks pretty damn good. It's been consolidating, y'all, for over a year now. Very nice. EOS, not really the sexiest chart. It's in this gigantic falling wedge. It's a little sloppy for sure, but it's been in this shit, respecting it most of the time for, what is this, 2 years now? That's cool. Is it trying to break out here? It kind of is. Above 70 cents, it looks okay. I'm kind of surprised EOS is still even trading at 70 cents, to be fair. Dan Larimer, this is OG crypto stuff here. Bitcoin Cash, it's still kind of just chilling, lollygagging. Does look good above 210-ish. Rejection, it's tested this cluster here right up to the 200, right up under this trend line too. So a lot of point of contention. Let's go to the monthly. Monthly's over the 21. We're back to actually have an open and close above the 21 EMA and above a very significant horizontal. So shit, that's really good for Bitcoin Cash. And I ain't got big issues with this until we lost about 210, 220. Looking for a possible re-entry on this for myself. I did take off all my Bitcoin Cash up here on this pump just because this was straight vertical and pretty crazy. But looking for a re-entry on this guy. BSV is just doing its BSV thing, going sideways as hell. Really needs to hold about 30, 31. XMR is definitely still flagging out here. Oh, gosh. Hold up. Hold up. You can see that nice little flag right here. Very nice. Very sexy. Pretty textbook. Also right on top of horizontal and chronologically open EMAs, which is these yellow, orange, and the white dotted one right above the trend line, above the horizontal, above structure. This actually looks very bullish above 158. I still continue to really like this Monero chart. I would like to see the weekly get the chronological order, but that's going to take at least another probably 2 weeks to see that happen. And then would like to see the bulls also maybe get a weekly body up into the 170s. That would give me a lot more confidence for this chart. But on the daily, though, it does look very good. Zcash is kind of doing a little pennant too here, right atop. It's horizontal. The line in the sand, y'all already know 29. We did get below it for a second, but look, we got no follow through on that. Immediately back above it. So this is confirmation that 29 horizontal is very important. And as long as we're holding above that, it looks okay. Nothing on the weekly yet, though. So this one's definitely higher risk than some of the other ones. Doge, what are you doing, Doge? I guess Twitter is SpaceX now with their logo. Not the Doge logo anymore. That would have been cool to just keep that on there. I mean, maybe whatever. Doge is cooler than Twitter anyway, so maybe not. Let's see. Very nice. I love hovering above this 200. This looks pretty damn good. Need to have probably another a week or so to get chronological order here, but all the oscillators look nice. I mean, this is a pretty damn good looking chart. Let's go to the monthly. Monthly is kind of meh. It's mostly just sideways as F. Let's see. And the weekly isn't quite open and close. You can see the weekly open and close is above the 21. This yellow here don't last very long. We'll see if we can change that tone here in the next couple of weeks. We're attempting to do that right now and see if maybe we can get a weekly open and close above 8 cents. If we got one of those, that would look pretty damn sexy. Oh, STX just can't get shit going. Stacks is just stacking sats to the downside, apparently. Let's erase that trend line. Let's go to weekly. A lot of resistance at the upper 60s, pretty much 69. Needs to get back above 69 or whatever. I mean, I guess there's a decent support right here at like 55 cents, but it's still not super great. Really want to see it get back above the mid upper 60s. True is probably just blah. Maybe there's a little H pattern right here. If this were to shoot up in the next week or so and get back above 4.5 cents, that actually would be a pretty good sign that bulls are getting an attempt to run to the next part of structure, which would be probably around 666. Of course, it has to be around there. Where else would it be? XRD is kind of filling out a descending triangle. It does not look very good. This is one of the worst looking charts. Weekly, okay, well, weekly looks a little bit better because it's just hanging out in this consolidation zone. And this warrants actually another little mini box right here. Boom, like that. So as long as we kind of stay in there, maybe we ping pong between the blue boxes. But back below 5.5, man, that starts to get real fugly. V-Chain. Oh, crap. It's kind of like Dots chart and ADA. Really just needs to hold 1.7. Nothing really too sexy there. Atom is kind of doing more distribution right here. This kind of looks shitty. Kind of in the same vein as the V-Chain and Atom and Dot and a couple of the other ones have the same chart. Really needs to get back above pretty much $10. Osmos, it actually is holding on here so far above about upper 40s. Maybe this is a temporary spot, a potential support zone. Looks okay, but I really don't care about this until it gets back above 60 cents at this point. Now, if we did get some new structure over the next, month, and it kind of rallies up, makes a higher high, and keeps these higher lows, then I could change my tone a little bit. But right now, there's just other stuff that looks better. Just don't really care. Ton is just dying. It looks like Telegram's shitcoin is going into the shitter. It had a really nice run, totally missed all this breakout, broke down this trend line, and it's been shitty ever since. Really got to get back over 150. Pulse chain actually looks kind of good right here. I like this support that we found on this trend line. It hasn't been out that long. This fork just happened. Biggest fork in history, bro. This fork just happened. Really need to clear this 1077 area. And this is not sats. This is dollars. That is micro penny shit. So we're just going to call it dollar sats. How about that? Let's see. All right, I got to wrap this up. ES looking good. We do have vol flashes at the top of range. That is a little bit concerning. Usually you get real big moves on those. Again, this is directionless. So this could pump all the way up to this top part at this 4750, or we could break 4500. But that is our range right now. And to be fair, I mean, there isn't really anything super bearish about price structure here. The only thing is, besides what I just mentioned, is that, and we are at the 7-8 and 886. We talked about this in detail on Monday's video. So if you want to go check that out, just go back to that. And you can go to YouTube as well as here to check that out if you would like. I go into detail about that. That's a pretty significant area. And sometimes you do get rejections out of that. Now, if we do just blow past this 4650 area, that easily unlocks the 4758 zone. So all this actually still looks fairly decent. We're getting a little bit of stalling on the oscillators, and going into the early fall, generally September is not the best year. But hey, we still got August, so let's not rule it out yet. And we're all at the 786s. So that's probably the biggest, maybe concern. Just see what we do from this far fib extension zone. But I mean, look at this weekly open and close above range last week, get follow through to this next spot. I mean, this thing has been following these horizontals like the Jesus man, doing very good. Next point of contention pretty much is that 36,000 area. Wouldn't be concerned unless we lost probably 34.7 on this again. Russell's struggling. It can't get over freaking 2K. It's right in the middle of this range too. It is not anywhere near this 786 retrace. That would be like way up here around 2200. We're not even close to that. So maybe some rotation happens and Russell catches up, or Russell signaling that that rally was AI hype bullshit and we're about to just come back into ranges. I feel like it's pretty much either one of those scenarios. Seems very likely to me. Dow Jones is still busting out. This is actually the most bullish freaking looking thing. I mean, look at this. This shit's about to make some new highs. 16.9. Of course, that's where it is. We get over that, man. We can pretty much look for the Russell to catch up. And that might be a really good long trade if we get comfy above 2K coming up here. VIX is chilling. It ain't doing shit. VVIX ain't doing shit. None of these are doing shit. The only concern a little bit is the VVIX did do a vol flash last week. I think we talked about that on Monday. Usually you do get like 30 to 40% moves within 30 days from this signal. We did get a 10% little pump yesterday, but that just kind of stayed in range. It didn't really do anything to the chart besides kind of make this little engulfing candle, like kind of like range candle, which is pretty significant. I am curious how that's going to play out next week. Oil is a big thing, talking point here. This bitch is all the way up, coming back to the 81 handle. Y'all already know this is mega resistance. We get over 81.50. Ooh, doggy. Oil might be running to freaking 90s, y'all. Holy shit. And that would also bode bad for probably market stuff, because that would be for CPI inflation crap. That would be kind of scary. For rate hikes. More hikes, baby. Nat gas still kind of lollygagging up here. It's still above this 250 area. As long as it's above that, it actually looks pretty good. Don't really have any qualms with that. Looks, I mean, this is the best it's looked for a while. We've been following that pretty closely. Bonds kind of breaking down here. Is this an H pattern, though? It very well could be. Let's see what happens next week. We get back over 127. That could give us a little bit of a clue. Give us a raging clue. Dixie just kind of chilling around 100. You already know that's been the area it's been chilling at for a lot of time outside of this little initial rate hike kind of spike there. Gold, let's go to gold. I like this move here coming up to 2K, but you already know 2K is mega resistance. Really need to get above a weekly. I want 2 weekly open and closes above 2K. Good solid candles, not none of this bullshit with long wicks on them. I want 2 girthy, like this one here, or better yet, like this one. We want some girthy, good green dillies to be open and closing above 2K, and then we can get real excited for gold. And our target for that, if that were to happen, would be about 23 to about 24 in change. Back below 1930s, meh, not so good. Silver, very lovely. I like this. This chart looks super good. I don't have no problems with this chart above the about 23-ish area. This looks really nice. Really want to see the weekly, though, on the silver bulls get over 26. And this can really turn into a very sexy chart. And I think that's about it. I think I'm going to wrap that up for now, guys. Like I said, I got to make this one a short one, 20, 30 minutes. Much love. I hope y'all have an awesome weekend. We'll see y'all on Monday morning. And take care. This has been Z Rex with No Noise, signing out. Peace.